Open up the window, let some air into this room. I think I'm almost choking on the smell of stale perfume. And that cigarette you're smoking, well, I just ain't hip to that. Open up the window some more. Let me catch my breath. What are the humans doing?
No James Bond nonsense. Subversion is the term, if you look in a dictionary or criminal code, is explained as an activity to destroy.
Do you think you're ready? Can you handle the truth? Or are you in denial and demanding more proof? They demonstrate in real time how they're spinning you lies, but no one pays attention, no one opens their eyes. They walk around like zombies with their head in the mobiles, signaling their virtues with a pick on their profile. Yeah.
You cannot subvert an enemy which doesn't want to be subverted. Starting from Hollywood movie makers to professors of political science, the rest, 85%, is always subversion. But according to the law and law enforcement systems of the Western civilization, it's not a crime. The United States is a receptive target of subversion.
They fabricate our problems and pretend to provide the best solution, but we all know they lie. They lied about the weapons and they lied about health. They lied about the fact that they're transferring the wealth. You should really notice how they're pushing the fear. Keep everybody terrified and not thinking clear. Yeah.
Things like religion, government system, political, economical system of a country. Manipulation of terms. We think that subverter is a person who is going to blow up our beautiful bridges. Subverter is a student who comes for exchange, a diplomat, an actor, an artist, a journalist like myself. And easily observable if you give yourself time and trouble to observe it.
Said, do you think you're ready? Can you handle the truth? Or are you in denial and demanding more proof? They demonstrate in real time how they're spinning you lies, but no one pays attention, no one opens their eyes. They walk around like zombies with their head in the mobiles, signaling their virtues with a pick on their profile.
Means always a destructive, aggressive activity aimed to destroy the country, nation, or geographical area of your enemy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I have a buddy of mine over here backstage who was involved in some rather tasteless shenanigans, and he has joined me today to go over some other tasteless shenanigans. Bad cop, no donut. Can't have none. We do not permit this type of activity taking place. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Awesome, brother. How are you doing today?
Chilling like a villain, cheating, robbing, rhyming, stealing. So you had a bit of a rough turn in. What was that? 4 days ago, 3 days ago.
Well, the original occurrence happened on October the 7th at 2:17 in the morning. I was on my way back home and had been stopped by Denham Springs Police Department. And yeah, there's been a lot of people that have seen the video already, knows tyranny when they see it. And this was full blown, you can't get no worse than what. If you haven't seen it, you haven't seen no worse than what you're about to see. The things that go on behind the scene. This was definitely money well spent to get the body cam footage of these officers and how they like to talk about people behind their backs and, just straight tyranny on how they operate.
So let me ask you this. Do you think what took place sort of behind the dashboard of the cruiser was conspiracy?
At first, I thought that was the main reason I went to go get the body cam footage because I wanted to see what was said behind the scenes. And one of the officers clearly knew me. I've got him on several interactions around Denham Springs, Louisiana. And the other officer, I thought it was going to be straight retaliation, but he clearly didn't know who I was. But he found out real quick.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the "Do you know who I am?" question. It sounds so conceited. It just doesn't look good, and it doesn't sound good. And I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to help the man out so that he doesn't make a huge fool of himself, but he doesn't understand that, and you can't make him understand because officer safety. Somehow, right? That's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. Here recently, we've had a rash of events that have taken place where cops have gone out of their way to not only interact with people who are filming publicly, but to overtly either detain or arrest them under somewhat questionable pretenses. Now, I've got your video, it's the one that includes the body cam footage of the detainment that you experienced, and then I have both. Wait. Then we have Midwest Audits, Midwest Accountability Audits, the trademark one, not the other one. Loaded up. That's about, I don't know, 10 minutes. Yours is about what, 15? It's 12 minutes. And that was 10 minutes. And then the next two are interesting because New York State Audits got arrested twice last night in about 45 minutes.
Correct.
And that is ridiculous. Now, we're going to look into that because I think I know how this is going to pan out. And I'm not sure how many people may have noticed why he was arrested both times. The first time, ridiculous. That was silly. I can explain it. Anyway, we'll get into that. But first, your experience. How much of an issue is this particular cop, do you think? Do you think he's salvageable as an officer?
I don't think so, for the simple fact that he just started in Denham Springs in June of this year, June or July. I'm not exactly sure. I'm trying to pinpoint the exact date that he got in. But before he came to Denham Springs Police Department, and found out through the grapevine that he's been through 11 different police departments in the last 12 years of his being in law enforcement. And also has 32 complaints on his jacket completely. But yet, of course, that's what they do. They move from police department to police department. I don't think that this guy's he needs to be canned 100% before he.
And what do we call that, children?
Huh?
All of us together at the same time when a cop has worked at 14 different police stations, police locations. What do we call this? All together? Gypsy cop.
Yes, 100%.
So,
and it's apparently they look after that blue line runs pretty thick. They already having trouble hiring people on out here. They've got ads running in the paper just about every week trying to hire people on at the police department out here. And if they can't fulfill that order, they automatically go to hiring officers from different police departments, no matter what the record is. We already know that they messed up at a police department and they will move on to another police department. But 11 different police departments in 12 years, that shows what kind of officer he is.
Yeah, no, I guess it kind of does, because I was a terrible employee. I will admit that to every boss I've ever worked for. I was one of the absolute worst employees that you could have, except for Bellevue. Don't ask me why. I enjoyed making windows. The process was so exacting because if you do it wrong, glass shatters. So you had to be perfect. And that soothed my autism somehow. But the rest of those places, I was, what do they call it? A quiet quitter. I did the bare minimum.
The bare minimum. Yeah, that's correct.
The bare minimum. Well, I mean, at first it's all interesting and you'll do stuff, right? But later you get kind of bored and it's like, man, you know how many houses I've wired this week? I made a calculation one afternoon. I had been working 7 days a week at this pipe plant, and I don't know, it'd been going on for a couple of weeks. I think I worked 19 days straight, 12-hour shifts, night shift. And I looked at my boss one day And, I'd done the math in my head at some point in time, busted out the calculator and the slide rule. And I looked my boss straight in the face and I said, I've been on work. I have been on shift every 12 hours for so long. I don't remember my last night off. He's like, man, that's kind of tough. I said, I've made so much pipe that if you were flying in a suborbital vehicle and kicked it out of the window, it would still have pipe on it when it hit the ground. And he just blinked at me. And I went, yeah, I think that's excessive, bro. I think I'm going to take me a nap. I'm going home. He's like, right now? I said, I think so. I went and got in my truck and I went home. I just had it, dude. I was done. Stick a fork in me. All right. So swerving. He pulls you over initially for swerving inside the confines of your designated lane.
Correct.
Which is not even a thing, because if there is a raccoon in your lane, you are permitted to swerve within your lane to keep from damaging your vehicle.
Right. Well, the law clearly states, what it labels several different things as far as being able to weave in your own line or your own lane, basically. From anywhere from a pothole to a manhole cover.
Yes, right here on screen.
Weather conditions. You know what I mean? Clearly, people's vehicles, sometimes they pull. If you have a alignment problem, sometimes you'll kind of bump the wheel to, But as long as you don't touch or break line, in all 50 states, it clearly states that you're allowed to weave as much as you want inside of your own lane.
I just don't understand the premise of the stop in the first place. It's just really weird to me, because if he doesn't know who you are and he doesn't know what you do, is your license plate just on a stop at all cost list or something? I mean, is there a harassment list out there we don't know about?
Well, I'm sure most auditors, if they run plates, we all got some kind of list behind us, don't either to not pull this person over because, we clearly know the law better than them. But Denham Springs, it was the location that I went by them. They sit, it's like a bridge between Denham Springs, Louisiana and Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And the Denham Springs cops, once, like I said, this was at 2:17 in the morning. They get bored. They try to purposely, pull people over just because they have nothing better to do. And this was clearly one of those cases that they always sit in that same location across the bridge where I went across. And I think this was sheer boredom. They were wanting to, he didn't know who I was. I think it was more or less, hey, let's just stop the next person that comes across the bridge and see what they're up to.
All right, so you explain it pretty well in the video, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and do it that way. It says you own the lane you are in and can swerve inside that lane if you desire. Now, this whole circumstance already got weird.
Tell me what you pulled me over for.
I'm gonna grab this man.
Do you favor stand for me unit, please?
I can stand where I want. You can tell me what you pulled me over for.
Okay, so for my safety, I want you to stay in front of my unit.
And for auditor safety, I would like for you to tell me why you stopped me.
So
Who are you?
I will in just a second. Hey, man, stand in front of my unit.
I could stand where I want, dude.
Not on my traffic stop.
Not on my
Hold on. Now, you literally walked directly in front of his unit, so he yelled at you to stand in front of his unit?
Correct. And I was still never broke the front part of his cruiser at all. Because the light was directly in my face, as you could see. I was wanting to find out, because at that point I wasn't sure if it was Livingston Parish that had stopped me or if it was Denham Springs. So of course my first mission, no matter what happened, I wanted to be able to find out which department I was dealing with at that time. And I ended up finding out it was the Denham Springs, because they both sit in that spot, pull people over as they cross over into Denham Springs.
Right, which seems to be the source of this whole misunderstanding here, because I mean, it's all quirky in the very beginning. He pulls you over for a non-crime and continues. All right, we'll just let it go.
Traffic stop. What do you want? What did you pull me over?
Do me a favor. You can put the cell phone down.
No, I can hold my cell phone.
When it interferes with
it's not interfering. Recording.
It is.
Turner versus driver says it is not interfering. Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi, as Turner versus Driver, have
Look at
every
homie.
right to
Look at
film
homie
you.
over here.
What?
Hold up. Did you see that? Watch little homie over here in the corner. Get a real good look at this.
Driver
cat.
says it is not interfering.
Watch him. He's like, yeah, just cut this off, bro. You don't want none of this.
So the reason
Yeah,
why I
yeah,
said
well,
that-
and that's exactly it. That officer that's in the background, I've got him on, several interaction cop watches. He usually, he's the one that doesn't ever say nothing. But once he realized who DeBoard is, the officer that pulled me over, he realized who I was, and you clearly see him like putting his hand across his throat, like, yeah, you don't want none of this. And of course, his ego just DeBoard's ego took over to the point to where, no matter what Officer Sonjay was going to tell him, he was going to continue to be a tyrant at that point.
Yeah, it pretty much steamrolls. It snowballs. First, he's just like, "Why are you?" I don't understand any part of this. I see no benefit, no law broken, no. The only thing that has happened is I think they might have verified a stop and harass list.
Right. And, I believe that too, but I think this one was more of boredom because DeBoard didn't know who I was at the time they had pulled me over. But Sonjay was, of course, the backup officer. He walked up and, once he realized it was me, he tried to shut it down like immediately, knowing who I was and knew that I was fixing to bury anything this cop had against me. So
neither one of them should need to know who the hell you are. They should treat people with decency and respect. But it's officer safety instead. My ego is the part that it needs to be protected.
Right.
Wild days we live in, bro.
Give me that shit. It's all on dash cam.
So do you want
Don't
me to
give me that
finish?
shit, it's
Do
all
you
on
want
dash
me to
cam.
tell you, or are you going to let me explain, or are you going to keep bumping your gun?
I'm gonna keep bumping my guns because I have every right.
Got
to
your
talk.
ID on you?
What do I need to get my ID for? What law did I break?
In
What law
proper-
did I break?
In proper lanes.
Improper lanes. I was in my lane. I got dash cam to prove it. I never broke line either side.
You don't have to break line.
What do you mean I have to break line? I didn't.
This statement is false.
correct, 100%.
100%. You absolutely have to do something to violate a statute, and not doing something that does not violate a statute is not a violation.
Correct.
Yeah, no, that checks out. So why are we here?
Straight ego, I would say.
Your homie over here. That's some shot.
He knew. He knew
He's like,
because
"Man."
he knew who I was. You know,
Just-
Sonjay, which is that second officer, he knew who I was. And like I said, he was trying to cut this officer off from the very beginning. He's like, watch what you say, because, you know, and knew that I do filming. I hold cops accountable, you know, for a living now. You know what I mean? That's my main focus. I believe I'm put here on earth to hold them accountable, because somebody has to put Louisiana back in their place. And you'll see further into this video that he don't even know recording laws. You know, he was even
has
told
no
by
idea.
me that, you know, Turner versus Driver, which is 5th district, which is Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi, is 5th district. 5th district is clearly Turner versus Driver, which gives us every right under our power to record, you know, any reaction with the officers, much less, you know, even if there was an established distance, which there isn't, you know, definitely we're allowed to record our own interaction within no matter how many feet, because it's our interaction. It's not like I'm walking up on a, you know, traffic stop thing at this point.
Northwoods Press, I have not heard if he's gotten out yet. I know that they arrested him last night twice in like 45 minutes. And we've got both of those videos queued up over here, and we're going to try to put together exactly what went down with my good friend and brother from another mother. Is that right? Did I say that right? I think so. Truth be told, Audits here. But we'll get to it.
And
First,
welcome
we're
everybody.
going to Midwest Accountabilities.
Toe for Life, Kay Stevenson. Well, it's good to see all y'all.
Yeah, it's all the usual suspects. You know.
I
She
didn't do
says
anything.
veering back and forth is improper
Veering back.
language.
I was not veering back and forth.
This ain't the courtroom. I see your driver's license, please.
This is not the courtroom.
Nope.
This
May I
is
see
not
your
the courtroom.
driver's license,
So you're pulling me over saying that what? I'm
May I see
drunk.
your driver's license?
You're saying
please,
that
sir?
I'm drunk.
I'm not. Are you
Okay.
having a medical episode?
You know that scene in Oh Brother Where Art Thou, where they go into the Woolworths and the old man says, "This is the Woolworths, young man. This isn't the whatever." I can't remember what he says. "We don't carry Dapper Dan. We'll get some in about 3 weeks."
Courtroom. May I see your driver's license, please?
Right there.
Says veering back and forth is improper
Veering back.
language.
I was not veering back and forth.
This ain't the courtroom. May I see your driver's license, please?
This ain't the courtroom.
This is not the courtroom.
Nope.
This
May I
is not
see
the
your driver's
courtroom.
license,
So you're pulling me over saying that what? I'm
May I see
drunk.
your driver's license?
You're saying
please,
that
sir?
I'm drunk.
I'm not. Are you
Okay.
having a medical episode? Are you distracted? Are you tired? Have you been driving for a long time?
I don't answer questions. How about that?
Let's take a look at your driver's license, please.
Okay.
That was brilliant, dude.
Shut him down right there.
I told you my name is Officer DeBoard, Denham Springs Police Department.
Okay. And you're going to be one of the slow ones that just messed up. Now, what else do you want?
I want to do a voiceover for this
This
cop's
is
thoughts.
harassment. Y'all are harassing me because of who I am.
I don't know who you are.
Well,
I wonder
I'm
if I'm
telling
going
you,
to
I
jail
am
for
your
tonight.
worst nightmare at this point. What?
I'm gonna tell you something.
I don't care what you got to say.
If you say that again, I'm gonna take that as a
It's
threat.
called freedom of speech.
I
Learn.
will, I
See,
will
you
take
better
that.
learn the law.
I will
Learn the
take
law.
that
Learn
as
the
a
law.
threat and act.
All right. I don't care what you say is a threat.
Yeah, well, I told him that I was his worst nightmare at that point, and he took
So
me
is that
saying
what he was-
that I'm his
okay.
worst nightmare as a threat. Well, there is, in order for it to be any kind of disorderly conduct, there has to be a direct threat of either,
Right.
we're missing a fight, or I'm going to hurt you, or I'm going to come after your family. Would be a direct threat. Me saying I'm your worst nightmare at this point is no
That's the
threat.
best
whatsoever.
euphemism.
Right.
Yeah, I know. All right, so let me explain why I'm completely disjointed from the sense of time that most people are used to seeing me on. First of all, I came up with the idea for this show like last night during the blast radius with Captain Curmudgeon. And this morning I messaged Truth Be Told, and he was like, "Nah, we'll totally do it right now. Let me go get me some chicken wings and we'll knock that right out." And I was like, "Cool." So I set it up, how it be, whenever it's convenient for y'all. For him, rather, I guess. And so we're doing it now instead of later. And I got a whole bank of shit to check out. It's going to be great. But welcome in, Orb Puff. Good to see you. M's Mad World, Lawless TV, everybody here.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
What?
Recording.
How is it threat?
I'm telling you. 2629.
Look at this.
It injures his ego, and
Oh,
Floyd
man,
was right.
You're gonna let this fool fucking do this stupid shit to Sanjay? Really? You know I don't do nothing wrong. I don't break laws.
I was just gonna let you off with a warning, but I'm
And
gonna write you a ticket.
For
But
what?
why?
Improper lane use.
I didn't change lanes.
Veering back and
I
forth.
did not break line.
You're gonna get
Write me a ticket. Write me the ticket. Go ahead. Go write me the ticket. Go on.
Stand right there.
And I wanted that ticket. I wanted that ticket so bad.
Right.
This is gonna be
Oh, dude. No, they just throw it out. They just dismiss it. Just as soon as they saw your dash cam footage, they dismiss it.
Oh yeah, and that's the only purpose he walked over to my truck. He went to go check to see if I had a dash cam. And once he realized that I was running dash cam, his tone changed quite a bit because he knew that he got caught in his tyrannical ways.
No Cop Bad Donut. No, that's just the title of the show. This is a Sasquatch Presents Bad Cop. Right there. This one over here that we were actually looking through the body cam of the particular individual I'm speaking of. I don't have a link for Bad Cop No Donut. I haven't seen them in like a coon's age, and they used to be regular and in the chat. So I don't know if they freaking died, quit, changed their name. I don't know what. Bad Cop No Donut.
illegal search.
Turn around, face my unit. Really? Place your hands on top of your head and interlace your fingers.
I am recording you. Oh, okay. You see this, people? You see this, people? You see this, people?
Now, spread your feet. Now it's an officer safety thing. You need to learn the law. So right now, I'm going to be quiet.
All right. So filming him. Are you armed here?
Am I armed? I have I have a pocket knife in my pocket, but every man I know carries a pocket knife in his pocket. So
Right.
But clearly he didn't want to be recorded. He had me turn around. So as soon as I turn around, I already knew he was going to be, tyrannical, just from the way his body language was informing me and letting me know that, hey, this is going to be a bad situation. So whenever I turn around to face his cruiser so he could do his supposed, Terry frisk, I turn around, I put the camera on top of my head and still record him from, I put the camera on top of my head so I can, keep him in film. And clearly it pissed him off to the point to where he had to do something about it, because I wasn't about to put my camera down. I was wanting to catch the whole interaction, but that's where I think I pushed him over his limit. And that's when he decided to go hands-on and, slam me against the front of the cruiser. So,
this is all just overt aggression. There's no reason behind it. It is just that instead of staying in your car, you got out. Instead of doing what you were told, you talked back. Instead of it's at this point, it's pretty much straight retaliation. He is butt hurt. His adrenaline's gotten pumping, and now he can't really control himself.
correct. 100%, dude. That's all ego, and that's the reason he's been through so many police departments, because he cannot control his anger at all. I haven't found out, I know he has 32 complaints on his jacket, but I don't know as of which, how many he is actually, hurt, or if he's, pulverized somebody while they're on the ground, how many people he stays. But I know he does have 32 complaints on his jacket.
All right.
Quiet. Shut your mouth.
Oh, you're messing up.
Oh, I'm going to show you. So I can conduct a lawful pat frisk for weapons for officer safety.
It's called Terry versus
And
Ohio.
I gave you 3 lawful commands, and you sat there. You got 1 time. Yep.
Actually, Ossifer, when you told him to turn around and face the cruiser, put your hands on your head, he just turned his camera so that it was still looking at him. And he did exactly. Then he's like, interlace your fingers. Then he basically, he's an asshole. What's up, Divine Sorcerer? Good to see you, bud. Hope things are going well on your end. Yeah. He really needs another donut, but he doesn't get one. He doesn't deserve one. I was kind of hoping that naming this Bad Cop No Donut might flush him out. See if he's still around, because I've been wondering about him.
You just messed up. A nice, interesting weapon.
I don't have to answer your questions.
I'm not asking you no questions.
You asked me about it.
You got the right to remain silent. Use it. Be quiet.
I don't have to answer you.
Then use it. You threatening me again?
You're gonna get a written.
They got it written up. You don't even know.
All right. You didn't know, but you do now. How did you check his complaints record, or does it only carry for the most recent police department? But Mr. Self-Destruction.
Well, I mean, it shows, I mean, the records, when they transfer from police department to police department, there is a delay, but it does eventually go through to the new police department, what his past record was from the other police departments. Okay. And so, whenever officers are hired on at different police departments, they're hired on not necessarily knowing their full jackets of the complaints that they had until after they're already hired on at a different police department. And that's part of the problem with, these separate police departments hiring these people on, is, they don't know the full record until, they're completely emerged into the new police department.
Do you mind if I have a digression for a moment? We're at the 30-minute mark, so it's a good time for it. Young Sasquatch went to a Dragon Con in Atlanta one year and was attacked by Gwar. I was tackled and rolled down an escalator by one of the members of GWAR having a foam rubber cosplay mutant fist fight with his band members through the event. And it was one of the most terrifying things I ever experienced because homie was kind of chunky. Continue. Are you familiar with who GWAR is?
No, I am not.
Okay, so they were this band a while back, and they dressed up like mutants and played like big cosplay guitars, and it's a big thing. They're like juggalos, but not. I'm sorry. I know you're not juggalos, but at that point in time, I'd never heard of GWAR, and so all I knew about it was the guy in front of me who was. It was Jerry, and he's let's just say he's not a spring chicken, and he's not exactly athletic. And homie did a full-on spring off of the escalator right before this dude's butt slapped me in the face. He's painted green and wearing some kind of weird mutant costume. And it wasn't until later that I was figured out that it was GWAR. I was very put upon. Anyway, that happened.
You're gonna get a complaint form.
Good.
It's gonna go on your jacket.
Come on with it.
It's gonna go. I guarantee it's gonna.
Yep. Put the phone down, man.
Oh, now he's threatened by your phone.
Yes.
And I think he should be.
Don't
What's
have
up,
to.
Tapatíos? Good to see you, bud.
No, you don't.
H Mountain
Statute
Girl,
doesn't state
welcome
that.
in.
What is the statute?
Nigel Betts, good to see you,
Calm
bro.
down.
It's the first time I've seen him.
We're gonna write my ticket
I
for
should probably be more
I
careful
guess
saying those names. out
driving
loud.
straight. Don't retaliate.
So this one's on.
Yeah. Yes, you're allowed to be out here. Yeah. I know law better than you do.
It's up to you if you want to write the ticket.
Have y'all dealt with him before?
I dealt a couple times, see, but I don't really, you don't really cause any
All right.
problems.
All right. What is this bulletproof vest protecting? Is this plate carrier protecting anything at all here?
Nope. Because where I just went with these two officers, there's no bulletproof vest that can protect them from their words and what they.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, if you were going to stab this guy, hypothetically speaking, in Minecraft, there's plenty of targets outside of his protective vest. He would need another vest of equal proportions to cover his proportions.
Correct.
Oh, wait. I found this cop's ego. It's hanging out right up under his vest.
Yeah.
Got one? You got one, right? No, he's a good guy, right? We'll let him go.
Him and Payne get into it a lot. They really don't like Walker PD that much.
Well,
Retaliation legal right here.
It's up to you if you want to write the ticket.
well, so I dealt with the cell phone thing when it interferes with investigation.
It's just in general, he's still allowed to record. Can't tell it all.
Well, but within a certain distance of a law enforcement officer
They haven't
conducting.
approved that yet. They're trying to get that approved. I don't think it's in
It must-
Louisiana. It's in a different couple states. I think Florida approved it first. But
They not approved here when I dealt with it.
well, I have to double check on it. To be honest with you.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sergeant Payne needs to do this. Don't forget it's all on gas station. All on gas station.
He had the right to remain silent. However, he did not have the ability.
Be quiet.
I'm allowed.
Hey, don't.
If you step any closer to me,
What's your inspection?
stand right over there. If you step one more foot closer to my unit, I'm gonna take it as a threat and I'm gonna act accordingly.
I haven't even moved.
You know, I don't want it back.
I'm trying.
I don't want it back.
And you could clearly hear Officer Sonjay before he gets back out of the car. He sits there and tells him, calm down. Hey, you don't need to do this. And he still just can't control his ego to the point to where he had to get out and still say something, even though he was being told, to calm down by Officer Sonjay. He couldn't control it. He couldn't control it. He couldn't control it at all.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you got a pretty good bit of adrenaline running right then too, don't you?
Oh yeah. At that point I was already, slammed against the front of the cop car, searched for no reason. But you got to figure the whole entire stop was illegal in the first place. There was no reason for any of this to go on. But him having to be calmed down by another officer, and even another officer telling him to calm down, he couldn't. That just shows you what kind of
that doesn't bode well for other citizens on the road, to be honest.
Correct.
Honestly.
Dispatch 415, we got it back. It's negative.
Well, I don't even know who's driving. Remember, I'll just say hey to y'all. Honest to God, no. They God strike me down right now. I don't know which one driving. I'm just a backup officer, but
I wasn't going to write him a ticket.
Then why did you pull him over?
Exactly. It was them being straightforward. They mess with people pretty bad out here in Denham Springs, and he had nothing to do. He supposedly saw me weaving, which is perfectly legal, in my lane, but he wanted to check because, like I said, I seen them sitting in that spot for about 30 minutes. They were just looking for somebody to harass next. That's basically what had happened here.
Monetize the citizen. Yep. Cash flow revenue.
Being lawful for a person who's either principal or accessory crime detained. Let's see.
also people knew for sure that he was there. Not trying to dump questions.
So I noticed
because this is how that Walker cop got in trouble. Because they do have dash cams.
Well, I know. Yeah. So I noticed he veered to the center lane of travel right before he crossed over the intersection. Mm-hmm. But after that, he didn't veer.
What's up, ATL? Welcome in, brother.
See, I dealt with this in Point Capee. And when all that's going on, when it interferes with a law enforcement investigation, take the phone, turn it off.
Take the phone and turn it off.
And right there, he buried himself 120%. Which shows that he has violated plenty of people's rights in the past. And Point Capee Sheriff's Department is where he was before he went to Denham Springs.
Well, I ain't been written up or tried to been sued before. It's been doing this 12 years, man.
And 11
not the first time that it's happened.
It's not a good record, I don't think.
Whenever buying more clear lane track, in addition to
all that tweak on is dial it back, don't feed it to it. That's what he wants. That's what the views gonna get. That's what camera.
Happy to hear it,
don't want to keep walking towards him.
I like it when you have
because for me that's an officer safety thing, and I can articulate that all day in court, and he won't beat that.
Really?
There is no law for officer safety.
Can I get an X to doubt in chat?
Well, if I don't write him a ticket, then
yeah. Then what?
If I don't write him a ticket,
no,
this is harassment.
You got officer suppression all day, every day. But he is going to talk more shit. It's either way it's going to go. You just have to not let it get to you. Ignore it.
My main concern is officer safety right now.
I feel you on that, but
well, I didn't have to tell him 3 times.
Ooh. What if I'm hard of hearing? What if I'm deaf? What if I read lips? I read lips, by the way. I read lips a lot. That's why I have these big ass ear cans, because I can't hear nothing.
It's up to you if you want to write them, but it is what it is.
Well, am I going to deal with any backlash if I don't?
No, all for discretion.
Oh, so here's the thing.
Here's the deal.
I don't have a dash cam. And now, is it going to show him veering? probably not. The way his dash cam is positioned, because I see it right here, it's not going to show him veering.
Right. Because our camera's working.
It's not going to show.
Correct.
It's up to you. If you want to write them, if not, it is what it is. End of the day, we got also discretion. You want to decide it ain't worth the headache, or if you want to just hit them with the ticket, keep seeing them veering. Their word is his word when they go to court.
And he says it right there. Clearly says it right there. The judge is going to believe his word over mine if it had to go to court.
Right.
So that's 100% tyranny. The judge is going to believe you over me, and that is completely wrong for them to be able to have that officer discretion. And the judge is going to believe him over me. The other cop clearly states that on camera. And it's 100% wrong that that the judges will believe, but at the same time he knows that I have dash cam footage, which is going to prove him wrong. Which pretty much at the beginning of the video, he walks to the front of my truck, sees that I am running a dash cam, and that's when his tone changes up almost 90% of the way, because he realizes that he doesn't have a dash cam. I do, but he's saying, well, this is not going to show that he's veering in his lane. So at this point,
is. And I know, truth be told, doesn't agree with this theory, but I think this video proves that they have a stop and harass list that is privately exchanged, that they don't explain much in the list. It's just a list of like license plates or something, or descriptions of vehicles or whatever, and they just stop and harass these people for whatever reason that they choose to. Because I find it kind of weird that everywhere you go, some asshole's fucking with you.
right.
I've lived in this town my whole life. Most of these people recognize me when I drive around. That's not your case. But at the same time, when I go out of town, I'm almost never pulled over.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason I was surprised I was even pulled over this night, because a lot of the Denham Springs Police Department, a lot of the Baton Rouge, and also the state troopers that live in this area know me by first name. They know my truck. That's why, whenever he got behind me that night, I really did not expect him to pull me over, because I thought they had recognized my truck, but clearly he didn't. But Sonjay did when he pulled up, and was immediately, you seen at the beginning, was trying to get this officer, our officer DeBoard, to, de-escalate, because he knew what I was there to do, especially holding the camera. And for him to say that, I can't record, 20, a lot of different states are trying to pass different distances that you're allowed to record from, but they're all getting shut down in all these states that are tried to pass these ordinances, because clearly it goes against the First Amendment and the Constitution.
Kevin, is that Dobble? Kevin Dobble over here mentioned targeted individuals. I came across some paperwork, and I can't cite it. I can't remember where I was when I read this, but I came across some paperwork online that was like, identified that at any given moment in the U.S., there are 14,000 people who publicly claim to be targeted individuals and being gang stalked from everyone from the FBI to the CIA to aliens to just random gang members in the street to super secret Silurian organizations and shadow governments and everything you could possibly imagine, right? But I find it interesting that the CIA, the NSA, and the FBI use domestic tailing to train their recruits. And yeah, it's kind of funny, but it seems like there's about the same number of recruits running through every year as there are targeted individuals every year. It kind of makes a little sense that some people might notice something cheesy was going on at some point and just make the wrong guess. It's just a training op. Calm down. Just let them learn what they need to learn and move on. Stop breaking the law, asshole. So I'm not sure they can use any of that information like legally either. I don't know. Hadn't really thought about it. They're not supposed to operate inside the US like that, but you have to train somehow, right?
Yeah.
What's the best way to train? Do it in the real world. So obviously it happens. So yeah, there might be some targeted individuals out there who are either just unusually perceptive or have an unbelievably lax team perpetrating on them. Yeah, that went way off the target. I'm sorry.
Trying to make you dial back though. Don't feed into it. And I'm not trying to keep trying. I don't want to correct you on his camera because then that's going to feed into his trolls.
I know. All right, well.
And that is a sigh of disgust.
And things go for it and all that.
Exactly.
Yep. No, I'm not sure what there it is. Just be safe.
Sergeant Payne probably put up to it. I would imagine Sergeant Payne probably put up to it.
Don't get your knife till you pull off. I'm gonna cut you a break tonight. Okay?
Give me a break.
Cut you a break. Can I give you a driver's license?
Hold up. He's cutting you a break.
That's what he said. But he knew that he had nothing.
Right. No, he's got nothing. He pulls you over for no apparent reason, for something that's not even illegal, specifically. Searches you, IDs you, threatens you with arrest multiple times, and then cuts you a break.
Yep.
All right.
Crazy, right?
All right. Boy, I'd hate to see how he does people rough. That is the sign of fear.
100%, dude.
You have my license?
Hold on. How you pronounce your last name?
I don't answer questions.
How you pronounce your last
I don't
name?
answer questions.
Tulos?
It's Greek. I'll give you that much.
Well, I just want to be respectful. Tulos?
Respectful, you pulled me over for no reason just now.
I don't pull people over for no reason. So, next time we have this conversation, there'll be some paper.
Next time we have this conversation,
You're free to go.
Are we threatening like free citizens now? That's what it was. What's up, Izzy? Yeah, we got some Squatchaholics in here. Izzy named my group instead of Squatchlings or any of that silliness. We're going to be Squatchaholics. How do you like that? That work?
But the only person that was threatening anybody in this whole interaction, he was threatening me with arrest for no reason. He was threatening me next time that we have this interaction that there's going to be paper. There isn't paper to be given in the first place because, I mean, the camera is everything. And that's why I try to tell everybody, go get a dash cam because it could be the make or break in any situation that you run across. So definitely, I mean, it is worth its weight in gold as far as, getting, dash cam, installed in your vehicle, because for instances like this, especially, proof is what matters in court. No matter what anybody says, that camera it's not going to lie. It's going to tell the truth about the situation.
The camera is always impartial. It just shows what happened. You have to figure out what led up to it and what happened after, but the camera never lies. There's a whole bunch of Squatchaholics over here. How about that? I had no idea. That's wild. All right, we got a little bit more here, and then we're going into Midwest accountability as arrest.
You got me stop over. Am I free to go, officer?
Free to go.
I'm free to go.
All right, so this is Midwest accountability. I'm going to drop his link poo in chat. Yeah. And so this is what, fucking just shy of a week and a half ago. When did this get uploaded? This was uploaded 3 days ago, but it happened like 9 days ago, something like that, right?
I believe so, yes.
All right. So we're going to take a look at this situation. And as far as I've been able to determine, and I've looked at it a couple of times from my perspective, it appears that he accidentally snuck up on a cop, spooked him, and then all the cops panic and just jack his ass up. He just gets straight up shook down. I'm not a sparkle simp. I like the werewolf. He's a big beefy man, and I prefer the werewolf. What's up, Firm Audits?
What's up, Firm?
You here?
Welcome in, buddy.
I've seen him. Where you be at? He'd be doing that camouflage. Who knows? Okay. I see no tape.
Car 5032.
None. You see tape? I see no tape.
No tape.
No tape. Nowhere. There's none behind that car back there. If there's any, it's at the end of the block down yonder. There's none between here and the others, I guess what you call it, right away. There seems to be
it's clearly a public right of way right there.
Right. Oh yeah, no. I want to get them both in to come talk about that if they'll come talk to me. They're very, 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 very busy though. Where is Firm Audits? I don't see Firm Audits. Why do I not see Firm Audits over here?
Hold on. Hey, can you do me a favor? You're free to record. Just stand over there.
Why?
So we're conducting an investigation right here.
You're fine. I'm 20 foot away, man.
We're briefing an operation plan.
That's fine.
It's for officer safety.
Officer safety or public?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the problem that I've been seeing in recent days. Anything can be observed as officer safety. Put down your camera. Lay down. Bark like a dog. Cross your ankles. Put your hands behind your head and interlock your fingers. Now ort like a seal. Ort.
Well, I mean, it's brought up, you know, and everybody that watches auditing channels and cop watching channels, there's at least 50 people that are walking down that same sidewalk and don't get told nothing. They continue to walk. But once they see somebody with that camera, that's the make or break in the whole entire situation. Once that camera comes out, that sidewalk is no longer, you know, publicly accessible, but yet there's 50 people walking by that person with the camera and they don't get told nothing.
Oh, we're going to get a good look at that in the next video. New York Audits gets picked up because he was, well, I'll get into that. We're going to take, I've got it narrowed down to just that little bit. We're going to look at exactly where things went awry. But let's do this one first. Now, as far as I can tell, he has done nothing wrong. He merely walked up and they jumped his ass, right?
Right.
Safety.
Officer safety.
Okay, yeah.
Over there.
I'm right here. I'm not interfering at all.
Over there.
I'm not interfering at all.
I am telling you to stand over there.
You are interfering.
Now you are interfering.
Interference is a physical act.
Now you are interfering.
A lawful order? What's the law that backs that up?
Right now you're interfering.
What's the distance on recording in public?
148. You're obstructing
148?
I'll hang on to this.
Damn, he won't listen to my bullshit. I'm just going to have to arrest him. Come on, let's arrest you. What's up, Jody? Andrew Langlois, Toe for Life Chronicles. Listen, Sparkle Simp.
Hey, sir.
That's my baby daddy.
Yep.
Can you get my stuff to him over there, please?
No, you're under arrest.
Hello, and then Dr. David. Welcome in. Case Stevenson. A job. They just basically tackle his ass. There's not a whole bunch more to really go through there, but there's a little bit of talking.
Yeah, Sam Joaquin was out there on the same reaction. You know, he was able to document the whole entire scene. So
Yeah, and that's just ridiculous. That's all it is he just didn't want to have to explain it. Cool. Appreciate you sticking around. It's got to be what, like 3 o'clock in the morning over there? Something like that.
602 broadcasting 505 vehicle, call for parents, go white, older model Hyundai, 7 Zebra Edward Tom, 763.
There's a conversation here in a second.
They're giving the Highlander.
I guess I missed it.
Oh.
Here we go.
Mostly occupied by it's like a
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, there was a conversation in a police car where he says something about not turning his camera off, and the dude slams the door, and then he comes back in, and the camera turns off. Anyway, so yeah, that was total trash. Can we get an agreement in chat that was complete and total trash? Like homie did absolutely nothing wrong.
Yep. And that's the first thing they always go to is obstructing or interfering. And we all know, and it clearly states that it is a physical act. You have to
What's
be
up,
getting
baby guy?
in between the officer and his suspect, or physically stopping the officer from doing his job. Just standing there voicing your word, which is Houston
Okay.
versus Hill, gives you a right to speak. And
So let me give
petition
Let
your
me give you a
government.
hypothetical. Let me give you a hypothetical. Let's say you have a cop who is set up as a sniper in the middle of the road, and it hasn't been properly demarked off with crime scene tape, and the individual walks between the sniper and the scene. There's no tape, but there is an officer saying, "Don't walk over there."
Which is unlawful directives. I mean, that's just straight up unlawful directives. You're a free human being. You're allowed to stand. If they do want you out of a certain area, they've got to put crimes. They got to establish their, parameter where people are or not allowed to stand in.
I'm going to show what went down on the first arrest and why I think he was arrested. And we can discuss here and in chat, and hopefully everybody enjoys the whole thing. But it might be an unpopular opinion. I don't know. But we're going to back up just a hair here to kind of show the lead up. Basically,
from CBS.
This cop is utterly pissed that there's somebody standing there filming them. And homie walked here from around the block. He did not cross any tape on his way over here at all. None. You can go watch the whole video. He went up to the tape on one side, and he went, wait, there's another road right over here. And he went around the corner and walked down the road, and he came up the other road, and there was no tape there. And he come up to this cop car, and they're like, don't go over here. And he's like, I'll go where the hell I want, dude. All right. This is the deal. This individual is currently sitting here with what most normal citizens would call a sniper rifle. Now, what he's doing here, we have no clue. He also has another officer, a female officer, standing over here behind him, just off camera, who is there to be a spotter of sorts. Now, as far as an op taking place, that's the way I would interpret this. However, if you look, there is zero tape anywhere. There's tape all the way at the end of the block over here, and there's tape all the way at the end of the block over there.
No, thank you. Nah, I'm all right. I have a right to be here.
I'm telling you right now, you're going to be detained.
For what?
For obstruction.
Obstruction?
Yes.
For exercising the New Yorkers' right to monitor act? You can't use obstruction for that. Good luck with that. You got to leave.
At this point, there are two officers here. There are radios. There are other officers located here. The assumption is this individual does not have any tape on him, and so can't tape off the two alleyways or the road that he walked up. which is not taped off. Okay. If that's the case, and there's another unit right over here and another unit right over there, shouldn't home chick here jog her little ass over yonder and get some tape and come over and tape up these two locations and then ask him to step out and this whole problem solved?
It's the way it should be. That's
Whole
the
problem.
thing.
There's suddenly no problem. He legally has to go behind the tape.
Right. Well, they set up a perimeter at that point. You know, you have to abide by that crime scene tape. And that's what we try to, you know, inform them of, you know what I mean? It's just not, you know, go stand over here, go stand over here. You know, that's all unlawful directives. And,
Yeah.
you know, they are so used to telling people what to do and people doing exactly what they say because, you know, a lot of people know, you know, growing up, you know, you're told to abide by the law, but in reality, what we're out there doing is educating on the law. And even though that, you know, you explain to them what, you know, because several videos, there's auditors and cop watchers telling, you know, the cops what the actual law is, but they don't either they know it and they just don't care, or they're just gonna, you know, they're so used to just telling people what to do and people doing it. And they got to
Right.
understand that they have no control over your physical body and where you are unless there's something lawful backing it up. But people got to understand that you're a free human being. You're allowed to be where you are, where you want to be, you know, as long as you're not breaking no law. But
All
at
right.
the same time, you know,
There's a
it's
fuzzy point that pops up right here. There's that statement about interfering physically, right?
right.
Okay.
Leave, you leaving?
I'm gonna turn this down
Yes,
a
I
little
am.
bit.
Yes, I am.
Is that too low?
I have a right to do this. I can film you in the course of your duties. No, I'm not. You're not leaving. You watching something? Yes. Oh, so then stand up and get a different angle. I have a right to stand here. I have a right to stand here. I'm behind the tape. You got tape over there, right? No. 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 I have a right to be here and film. I'm not committing any crimes, man.
I want somebody to go back and do some thought bubbles on these people about what they was thinking. I think it'd be hilarious. You could really burn them down real hard if you wanted to. Get millions of views. It'd be awesome. What you reckon? Snark and Sass, welcome in, girl. Good to see you. Y'all should go check her out. She do TikTok type stuff.
You can get your sergeant. You got a gun in the car? You coming out with a gun to me?
See, that was the very first thing I noticed when he walked up to that window. I was like, oh shit, homie's hold, what is that, an EBR? That's not your average like AR. It's a basic AR platform or with some amendments.
Okay.
Try to get a decent look at it.
So watch it.
There's a spot.
So watch it. I'm filming
Come
you in
on.
the course of your duty.
There. What are we looking at here?
The face of tyranny.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about specifically the firearm here. Damn,
You got a gun in the car? You coming out with a gun to me?
my question is, where's the tape? Why isn't there tape here? Is there no tape in this car?
So watch it. I'm filming
Damn it.
you in the course of
All right, is that sharp enough to identify what that is? That is not an AR platform.
It looks like a carbine, like either a 45
Bolt
carbine.
action. That's what I was saying. It vaguely resembles an EBR, except I thought they were semi-automatic. So it's one of those big scary rifles you hear about.
Yeah, I'm looking more at the handle. The handle looks like the clip would be inside the handle, which would I'm thinking it's more of like a carbine.
What's up, Veterans Affairs? Welcome in. Good to see you.
You
need to go to the sidewalk right now.
I'm not. Give me space, please. Give me space, please. You're invading my personal space. Of what? I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna come over here. Oh, you got tape over there?
I do.
Okay, so I have a right to be everywhere over here.
Hey, Veterans Affairs, Official says that is an M24, and I'm inclined to believe him.
Everywhere. I have a right to be here. I have a right to be here.
So you can stand on the sidewalk.
Nope.
Or you can stand behind the tape.
No. I am behind the tape. I am behind the tape. How you think I got over here?
Again, we are out of resources.
I don't care, man.
Perimeter.
You got a tape? There's a guy up the street who got tape. Go get it.
Now, he has every right to say
Stop
all of
following
this.
me, man.
None of this is out of the way.
I have a right to film you, man.
It's a bit weird.
You're being a jerk.
But being an asshole is not illegal.
New Yorkers' Right to Monitor Act. Remember that. Name and badge number, please. Steiner 38. Name and badge number, please. Palmer. Okay. You related to Brian Palmer? You related to Brian? Is that why you being a jerk? So as you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, there's no tape. Okay, and the guy got tape up the street.
We have our participation trophy of the night, buddies. Let me tell you.
You know what the New Yorkers' Right to Monitor Act is? Do you know what the New Yorkers' Right to Monitor Act is, Miss Steiner? You do, right? So you are aware that I have a right to film you guys? So no, he's trying to tell me to leave, to move. Fuck. Do I have to though? But do I have to? No, I don't. You know I don't.
All right, so I've ordered from a lieutenant if you don't get behind the tape, sir.
I'm behind the tape. I'm behind the tape.
Behind that tape.
I'm behind the tape. I came from that side. I came from that side. I came from that side.
And I'm ordering you to go behind that tape. That's our perimeter.
That's your perimeter?
That's our perimeter.
So how come I came from over here?
I don't have to explain that to you. I'm telling you what the situation is. That's the situation. That's where I'm ordering you to go.
I'm going wherever I want to, so do what you gotta do.
So you're gonna stand right here? Mr. Castillo, you're gonna stand right here?
Dude, I came from over here where there's no tape. Where there's no tape.
Are you going to
Are you gonna put up tape? I'll go where there's tape.
Are you going to stand?
Are you gonna put up tape?
Answer my question.
Are you gonna put up tape?
Answer my question.
Are you gonna put up tape?
Answer my question.
All right, leave me alone, man.
Was that a batting back and forth of answer my question? Are you going to put up tape? Was that
Well, I mean,
cop
no, it's intimidation tactic. I mean, from what I'm seeing, I mean, it's intimidation tactic from this point. It's given that ultimatum. Are you going to listen to me or are you not going to listen to me? And that's what they're making their judgment calls off of. They don't care about the law. You know, oh, you're not intimidated by me. Okay, so let's take it another step further. And that's when they
I've
decided
talked to New York Audits, and I'm pretty sure if and I don't know, he was kind of spicy at this point. He'd already had his craw full already. But if he'd have asked him how he got over here without crossing the tape, I'm pretty sure New York Audits would have told him. He'd be like, right over there. I'll show you. And then walk over, put up the tape, and tell him, get on the other side of it. That would have worked. I'm certain. What's up, Line One? Good to see you. Welcome in. But yeah, it's that whole absolute control thing. The very second you don't do immediately what you're told, they overcorrect into more control, more power. All right. I just, as a general policy, I don't trust people that have any type of position of power.
right. And you're right. It's that unbridled power that they think that they have and can tell people what to do. And it's completely ridiculous. But the American people have let it get by so long that they haven't built in their system and inside of their head that whatever they say is law. And it clearly is not, law. It's just, they don't know what to do whenever somebody finally, stands up and says, no, I'm not going to listen to this. No, I have no reason to listen to this. And no, I'm not going to go where you tell me to go. It just breaks their ego down to the point to where they have no choice. But the next step is to put them in handcuffs. It's ridiculous.
They utilize the arrest powers like a carpenter does a hammer. There's a reason why you don't ask a carpenter to put in a sink, because you can't put in a sink with a hammer. So you should probably get a plumber to put in your sink. Right?
Correct.
Every carpenter is going to hit everything he can reach with a hammer. If it's there, he's going to tap it with a hammer at some point in time. You can't help it, because you have a hammer, you got to bump stuff with it. And constantly. I do anyway. I'm annoying as hell. Also whistle the police academy theme, but that's neither here nor there.
Correct.
You're telling me to get out from here, but you're telling me to go on the sidewalk. You know how that makes no sense. If it's okay for me to be on the sidewalk, but not in the street, you see how you sound? That's why I'm not leaving. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm gonna stay right here.
All right, to clarify those who aren't watching and are only listening, this is a completely closed off street. There will not be any traffic coming through here. So there's no jaywalking that can take place because there's no traffic to interfere with.
Here and film you. Do what you gotta do. I didn't cross over the tape. I walked over here. Like, what the fuck? Let's show you guys. Let me show you where I came from.
Exactly. This is the
Invisible perimeter, right?
This is the point where the officers overlooked their duty. She, the one who's supposed to be watching his back, should have grabbed the thing of tape and followed him when he's like, I came from over here. Walked over, put the tape up, and told him, get on the other side of it and go back. And he'd have done it. He would have been legally compelled to.
Correct.
You can go fuck yourself, both of you. Get your lieutenant. It's not going to make no difference. You can't use obstruction when I didn't fucking cross any tape. I'm not in your way. Go fuck yourself. Sit on it and spin.
He is still solidly well within his rights.
Motherfucker got a sniper rifle, my dude. A sniper rifle. What? He got tape over there to block off the cars. Right? That makes sense. But look where I came. They don't got no tape, but he's putting up tape. Remember, extra tape, because they already had tape up there.
What's up, Lion One? I see you in there, buddy.
Look at this. We on Crane and Bridge Street. Motherfucker ran over here. Look. Look. I am behind the tape. Behind the tape. Behind the tape. See? Officer Lane playing games on his phone.
Busted.
Playing games on the phone, huh? Looking for a mail. Look, ladies and gents, here's the tape. Right?
Here's what I think is going to end up happening. When he ends up in court, they're going to say that he should have been on that side of this tape.
Not cross. Never crossed. Tape right here. Yeah, he brought the gun to intimidate. You saw that. I wasn't even gonna go live. I'm not gonna front. I was just gonna.
All right. Hypothetically speaking,
a regular video. That way, it was crisp and clear. But look,
why not just put up a little bit more tape? I don't get that.
Look, there's no
tape so valuable.
I came from second. There's no tape here. There's no tape. He talking about they don't have resources. This motherfucker up the street got tape.
Right.
So I'm over here.
All right. So if she walked over to
here.
that other cruiser and got some tape and then come back and put some tape up right here at the end of the walkway, it'd been fine.
Like, yo, this is crazy. They're obviously
like,
looking at this
stay on
house
that
or something.
side.
I don't know. That's so you would assume for him to be sitting there. So he tells me to get on the sidewalk.
All right. So
but
he's
I
screening
then
an
I'm
apartment
but it's
that appears to be over here off camera at an angle. When he walks up to this car, you can see him posted up inside the SUV here while using it as a like a blind. He's just hiding as a cop.
The sidewalk, I was okay. So we're gonna go to the other side. You can see the tape. Look.
And for that matter, they could have put up some tape right here across this part.
See, they got tape over here. I didn't cross over here though. See what I mean? They got the tape. I didn't go from that direction. I came from over here. Look at these people are walking.
And this is going to be the killer to their case. These people just came around the same corner he came around and walked down the same street he walked down.
Correct.
And they just are like, hi, it's kind of dangerous over here. Can you move along? Bitch, I ain't staying here. I'm going to my boo-boo's house, you know.
I can't run.
Nothing. Not a word. Let them walk right by, no problem.
So they're
Now,
gonna say nothing to them. You see? They about to pass the tape. I didn't do that. So if they continue to say stuff to me or anything like that, it's harassment.
line one saying, hey to you.
Yeah, I said what's up to him.
Better. All right. Look at how he's posted up in there. You see that? He is set up looking at a particular apartment window, perhaps over here. All right.
Looks like
home chick here drops the ball. Victim. This chick right here. She should be keeping her eye on this guy, not her eye on that guy.
That's hilarious.
If it's an officer safety issue, she's completely
Don't
off
shoot
base.
first and then ask questions later, man. Looks like we got two hypocrites here. Discriminators. So if you guys remember Sarah Steiner here, she was the one who failed to intervene when I was being attacked. Okay, so I don't think she knew about the New Yorkers' Right to Monitor Act until after I filed my complaints, because I filed a complaint against her. And what was your buddy's name that night? You remember, Miss Steiner? The night that I was attacked in front of you, and you didn't do it.
Landrew, if that's the blocked off part, why don't they escort him off of the blocked up part? Why didn't they say something to the other two chicks that was walking down that same sidewalk from exactly the same direction he came from? All they have to do is step up half a block to the right and put up some tape across the turn right there, and it's covered. It's what, 74 foot at maximum? Poofo, covered. But instead of doing that, they're going to stand here and basically talk about what to do with this guy just out of his camera's reach. And of course, New York Audits is going to continue talking. It's not illegal to be an asshole.
Do anything about it? Huh? A day? I need a day for you to remember you violated someone's equal rights? I try to.
Well, yeah, she needs a date because it happens every freaking day. You're going to have to give me a specific date so I can recall the specific time I violated that specific person.
File a complaint, or I wanted to file charges and you guys wouldn't allow me to? You don't remember that? You know, you remember.
No, they haven't tried being a good cop.
What do you mean? Don't get in front of the window. You be careful.
This is the lack of communication. That man is staring straight down the barrel of that gun.
Yeah.
This could be construed by a court of law as obstruction. He is literally an obstruction. What do you think?
Which in part they should have the tape up to where he can't even put himself in that situation in the first place.
That is exactly. I'm pretty sure if she had took that freaking tape out of the back of the car, turned it, handed it to him, and say, "Can you go tape up where you come from and stay on the other side of it?" He might have done it. I'd give it a 10% shot of working, but he would certainly. He turned it, immediately showed her where he came from. She could have followed him over there, take that sucker up, told him to stay over there, walk back, and they'd have been done in less than 2 minutes.
It's almost like they were wanting him to mess up. They were wanting him to cross where he shouldn't be, even though that he wasn't crossing any area that he should not have been, because they didn't restrict him from being in that area.
Now, they weren't clear. There's a strong case for misunderstanding here, because none of them ever said our fire angle is this way. We are aiming guns this way. Don't go between me and my target, which is over there. That is what I'm aiming at. This is where I'm at. A piece of tape. A piece of tape. 2 minutes out of your freaking day and a piece of freaking yellow tape.
It's almost like laziness, but that laziness could save everybody all of this issues in the first place.
Well, now I'm pretty sure she was told to stay with him, watch his back, right? But at the same time, she completely ignores New York Audits. They talk for a minute and then she just completely tunes him out. And whenever he went to walk right here where he's at, staring down his personal death, she should have said something long before he got over there. Been clear instead of just barking, Stu, don't walk in front of the window. What window? You still haven't told him what window. He doesn't know what window you're talking about. Are you talking about the car window? Or are you talking about the window across the street? Are you talking about the one catty corner to you that you're aiming at? Which one of those windows is it? I'll stay out of the way. But it's like they expect him to know where he's not supposed to step to stay safe. That is not a failure on his part. That is a failure on their part.
Right. That's why we're always telling them to do their jobs right. Straight out, do your job right, and none of the situation would even happen.
Right. But I think this is where they're going to cite him for obstruction, is this moment specifically. Now, there's another moment that happens here in a few minutes because this doesn't take long. We're fixing to jump right into the arrest. But New York Audits is a real one, right?
But don't fall. I'm trying to cross the street. I'm on the sidewalk. Dude, I don't know what he's doing in there. It's dark. Look, I don't know what your problem is. Just go over there, man. I'm on the sidewalk. That's what you guys wanted, right? It's literally what you wanted.
Welcome in, Kingdom of Vinland. Good to see you.
You're in the restaurant, place your hands behind your back.
Dude, get your lieutenant, man.
I'm going to tell you next.
Get your lieutenant.
Turn around and place your hands behind your back.
I didn't do anything wrong, bro. You're gonna end up.
Turn around and place your hands behind your back.
You're gonna end up losing this. Get your lieutenant. A mistake. It cost me $50 money here. Qualified immunity doesn't work for you.
And this gentleman, he could have taken his tape, asked him where he came from, walked over there, taped it up, put him on the other side of it, come back.
For what?
Problem solved, and we don't have a prisoner.
When I'm exercising the New Yorker's right to under act,
There's no charges. Nobody has to go to jail.
So where's your lieutenant?
All right. So there's basically about a 10-15 minute argument here about whether or not the phone's going to get turned off. You know, that same classic argument.
Yeah.
That fucking sniper rifle you worried about.
Sometimes people keep knives on their keys. Do they want Mr. Castillo?
You don't have fucking right to search me anyway. I don't consent to it. Remember that.
Are you good with it if I get back to it?
Yeah.
I suppose you trip. All right. So we're going to go over to this.
Hey, my man, calling him a man.
This is what, 39 minutes later. My man has been taken to the local precinct. He's been processed, fingerprinted, photographed, been released on his own recognizance. He walks out the police station, takes a left, goes down 4 blocks, takes a right, goes down 4 blocks, and he's right back there where he was not 5 minutes before, not 50 minutes before, and he doesn't cross any tape again.
Until he realized it was a woman. He's, oh, my bad. And then he's trying to tell her to leave. You'd have to ask her for yourself. I thought I heard something about, like, who are you, where you're going, kind of thing. I don't know. Hopefully, it'd be cool if I bumped into her. I would like to thank her again for filming for me. So we're walking by this lady who's walking her dogs. I already told you, if I catch you,
nothing going on.
Steiner is a graduate.
Going on. This is my point. He is not crossing any freaking tape now. They're taking
What's going
the
on,
tape
man?
down.
Putting some tape up or taking it down? Cool, cool.
Cool. No, he wasn't. He was taking it down, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Look at that
Or
again.
for somebody in the comments. Check it out. What's going on, man? Putting some tape up or taking it down? Cool, cool. Cool.
And he goes immediately across the street. Nope. Right around the tape he's putting up. Doesn't cross that tape.
Oh, interesting. I recognize this car.
Still hasn't crossed tape.
What's going on, officer? Not too bad.
And you know you got to look in the cars, right?
So you guys are reusing tape, right? Okay, because apparently you guys don't have enough tape to do your job. So let's make sure we recycle tape, you know?
Tape.
Is everything okay here, or you guys looking for a suspect? It's all right. I figured I'd ask, you know, it wouldn't hurt. Gotta try, right?
Yeah, no. Homie seems to understand. He's just like, yeah,
Cool.
yeah, what's up? No, I'll stay outside the tape. You're good. Still hasn't crossed tape. Gotta check the cars. I'll admit it's a little creepy, but it's not illegal.
Looks like they're having a hard time figuring out.
All right. Where's the tape at this point?
That's right. I love you all too. What's going on? This is a public service.
It looks to me like he's almost standing on the tape. I don't think he's crossed it yet.
Yeah, they know the rules.
Because it's behind the trash cans and in front of the cars, right?
History witness in the house. What's going
They
on?
can't wrap it around the other side of the cars. It has to
Yeah, I
be this
just
side
got
of the car.
dropped off at the spawn.
There's the tape. Yeah, it's on the ground right in front of him. Exactly. It goes across. He never crossed the tape. All right. So still perfectly legal. Everybody's been courteous. No problems here. Do you see any reason for him to be arrested?
Absolutely.
Anybody?
We'll be done soon, William.
That's not police. That's polite. 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 All right, where are we standing now? He's right next to the trash cans, right?
Yep.
I just want to know, did he cross that line? No, he has not crossed it. He's still just standing there. And everybody's cool. There's no problems. He's not being crazy. He hasn't even spoken to anybody in a minute. Nothing going on. The only thing he is doing that could be construed a threat is filming.
At this point, you are very correct.
It's the only activity he's taking part in. Violating trash policy, privacy. Yeah, no, you're right. It's pretty trash. Right? Y'all go check out Truth Be Told. Y'all are probably all subscribed to him. I'll be honest. I mean, it's pretty much a shameless clout grab. Right? And later, we're having free mustache rides.
2 times.
2 times.
And see,
I'm trying. Go ahead.
And straight out, you know, a lot of people talk about qualified immunity. People talk about filing lawsuits and, you know, filing complaints. I've turned in over 30 complaints since I've lived here in Louisiana the last 2 years. I haven't heard back anything out of the 30 complaints I've turned in on these officers here. My email, you know, to get response. People got to understand, you know, I get it a lot in chat, and I need everybody to listen to this. I think the best way to stand up against what we are, you know, my opinion, to stand up against what we are going against is, you know, the complaint forms fall on deaf ears. Even the lawsuits, you know, the taxpayers are the ones that are having to pay this. The qualified immunity is one of our biggest barriers, for the simple fact that, you know, it's not coming out of their pocket. Until it starts coming out of their pocket, they're going to continue doing what they do to the auditors and cop watchers. I think the best way to make these police departments realize what's going on, which is in the First Amendment, you've got to petition your government. And I started putting a lot in chats, you know, what did you sue them? Did you turn in complaint forms? A lot of this stuff really does fall on deaf ears. What we need the people to do is the reason that they wrote part of the First Amendment is to petition. We need people to call these police departments. I think people calling these police departments does more good than any complaint form, any lawsuit, because then they're having to deal with the people directly, dealing with the people that don't like what they see. Petition your government is there for a reason, because when you petition your government, to me, that directly puts you in communication with these police departments. They're having to deal with the people that don't like what they see. Lawsuits, yeah, they do good as far as, you know, going against the police departments, but they have more money to line in their pockets. People, what we need y'all to do is to petition your governments. Whenever they have to listen to the people stand up for what they see as wrong, I think that does way more than any complaint form, any lawsuit, any of that. When they have to deal with the public directly, I believe that that does more conquering for people to stand up for their rights than anything that you could possibly do to any police department. Let them know, call and let them know how y'all feel is the best way, I think, to deal with anything compared to a complaint form or a lawsuit, because a lot of that stuff does fall on deaf ears. You know, the complaint forms are going to go to file 13, or they're going to find the nearest garbage can they can to throw them away. We need to petition our government. Let me repeat that. We need to petition our government. You know, this is coming from me. I see this. We're going to see hundreds of more videos like this. We're going to see thousands more videos like this. What we need, again, is people to petition their government. That does more wonders. That does more work, you know, to the corrupt system that we're having to live in. Compared to any lawsuit, we have to petition our government. We have to let them know how we feel. We have to let, you know, we have to let them know. I mean, there's just no other way around it. We're going to have to let them know. The more that we let them know, I think it does more help than any complaint form or any lawsuit, because qualified immunity, until they lose their qualified immunity and it actually starts coming out of their pocket, they're not going to learn. But when they have to deal directly with the people, I believe that does more help than anything. I'm just saying.
I agree.
Throw that out there.
I agree. I have seen the difference that occurs when you have people who run into like a difficult situation with a particular government agency. They turn every way they can. Everybody passes the buck, and then they turn to like YouTube. And a couple of hundred people call up some dude, and his grandmama calls him and it's like, "Why are you being mean to that nice man?" And then they get their shit straight.
Right. Right. When they're having to deal with the public directly. And, you know, just me filling one complaint form out, when you compared to my one complaint form, if they have at least 50 to 75 people call, it does way more than what a complaint form will do. Because like I said, complaint forms, after me turning in 30 and not hearing back from not one, let me repeat, not hearing back from not one complaint form tells you that nothing's being done through complaint forms. And there's a lot of people that get in chat and say, complaint forms don't do no good. I believe that they don't. It goes on their jacket, just like, DeBoard has, 32 complaints, but yet here he is 11 departments later, still working in the police force. It shouldn't be done like that. It's,
I'm a
it should be on.
firm believer in documentation. You document the fact that you made the complaint. You document the fact that they received the complaint. You attempt to get a dated copy of it to verify that they have received it officially and it is an official thing that has officially happened. Then you bury it in a peat bog for 3 months, dig it up, and use it for a light compost on your vegetables.
Correct. It's just a wasted tree is all it is.
All right. So currently, behind the scenes over here, apparently, there are some people in New York conversating on whether or not they can lock this guy up for the weekend, New York State Audits. And the decision comes down that apparently they can if he's over here. Do you think they would have come to his apartment to come get him if he had gone home?
We got some more charges for you, so
You have to put that down. What the hell's going on? More charges? Yeah.
And there it is. We got some more charges for you.
apparently.
What the hell did I do?
Just go after him.
Yo, can you tell me what I'm being arrested for again?
Again.
How the fuck am I obstructed? I'm behind the stage. Yo, don't let me do like that, man.
So wouldn't that be conspiracy?
What do you mean I'm fine?
Just relax.
I mean, he didn't do anything to be
Yo,
arrested this time.
what have I done? What have I done? I was behind the tape. What have I done? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Dude, can you explain to me what I did? Oh my God.
Yeah, no, that's the real deal when it comes down to it. Y'all got a quick behind the scene look at the next Sasquatch, Chilling with Sasquatch episode. That's the Emily Isabella Burt, also known as the Georgia Werewolf Tale. We'll get to that later. So what do you make of all that, dude? Do you think there's a movement in the police community in the nation to put down auditors?
Well, like I said, I believe that we are all, auditors. They're against what we do because we are showing the corruption. We're not CNN, we're not Fox. We don't bend our narrative to what our managers tell us what to do. That's the advantage of freedom of press. The advantage of freedom of press is we're able to show the truth of what's going on in our world compared to, having a narrative that we can only abide by.
Hey, can somebody drop truth?
That's why they're against most auditors, for the simple fact is we are out there showing the truth. We're out there showing exactly what's really going on, and it irritates the living dog piss out of them. It really does.
They take it as a direct threat in every case, and it's kind of a strange thing. It's like those people when you're out filming a birthday party and they come walking down the sidewalk, scream, "Stop filming me. Stop filming me," and they get in the way of you filming the birthday cake to say, "Stop filming me." These people drive me nuts. I don't understand it.
Right. Well, I mean, there is a lot of bootlickers out there, and what they don't realize is that anything that you see on fake news, and there's Trump is one of the ones, he's always talking about the fake press that's in the back of the room because he knows that there's a narrative that they have to abide by, and he has talked about auditors before, saying that that we're the real news, we're the ones that are really showing what's going on. We're not going to bend a narrative. We're going to show the truth of what's really going on. And I think it more or less scares some of the people, and people would rather sit behind the blinds and watch it through their house and watch it through the television. And I think the American, there's a lot of them that are scared of what they see, and they don't want to have to deal with it. But they got to realize that they got to wake up, and we have to take this country back I can't say that, you know, we've lost it completely, but I do believe people are waking up. I do believe, you know, believe that people are realizing what's really going on. And
I've
that's
got
what
a plan to get me a tinfoil tricorn hat like Jack Sparrow wears.
yeah.
And when I get it, we'll cover some conspiracy theories and some CIA documents, and we might even delve into some Project Mockingbird and MK Ultra. But I got to get my aluminum foil hat first. I might get me a Stetson. They make a Stetson out of aluminum.
Well, if that's the case, I'm definitely going to start investing in aluminum foil, and I'm going to start investing in crime scene tape, because that stuff, I can imagine how much that's
It's powerful.
I am definitely going to invest in crime scene tape, because
I want an auditor to go out.
It's a big business.
Oh my God. I want an auditor to go out cop watching with their own caution tape and mark the cops out of their space.
For sure.
Stay behind the line, sir. I doubt that would work. What's up, Toe? Good to see you, bud. All right, so we're pretty well done here, unless you want to throw a link down and you want to talk to folks. I'll host if that's what you want to do. I'm kind of thinking about that Waffle House waitress that just came on about 20 minutes ago, but that's just me. What you want to do?
We can do whatever. Like I just want to get the truth out. I just, you know, yeah. And I mean, I'm deep with this stuff. I'm passionate about what I do. You know, I retired, you know, 2 years ago, and you know, I feel like I'm placed in this earth by God to, you know, expose what's really going on, to, you know, help as many people as I can while I'm here. You know, that's my goal. You know, it's not about the clicks, the views, the subs. It's about exposing the truth. And I to me, like I said, it's a passionate thing for me. I'm sitting here pacing the floors right now because I'm mad at what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? And we need the American people to wake up. We need them. You know what I mean? We have to have this happen, or we're going to lose what we have. What's left.
All right, let me do the thing with the thing and the stuff.
Because I love all people, you know, and you know, we have to expose it, and we can't stop, because the second we stop, we lose it. We lose.
All right. So, do you remember about a year ago? I might not have been that far, but a while back there was, like, I think, an Indiana newspaper that the entire staff was arrested and all their computers were seized, basically to see if they were passing private messages about the town council back and forth, or about the mayor or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, so there's an update on this particular case, and I dropped the link in chat. Of course, I have to recognize you for you to come up here, and you'll be so close to being deuced out of here that I can't even tell you. Like, that's everybody. That's everybody, because I'm not playing that game. This is not that day. But yeah, check this out. They finally released the footage of them coming in and actually taking all this stuff.
Story from a couple of months ago where police raided this newspaper over a couple of stories that they were doing.
Tonight, ABC News has obtained video of police raiding a small-town Kansas newspaper, the incident raising First Amendment questions. At issue, a tip a reporter received about a story the paper never published. Authorities are defending the raid. Tonight, the newspaper says its 98-year-old co-owner died one day after the raid because of the stress she suffered. More now from ABC's Faith Abube.
You want to snap a picture of that password right there?
Tonight, ABC News has obtained dramatic news surveillance video of a small-town Kansas police force raiding the newsroom of the Marion County Record.
Well, now we have a major update.
And this is, of course, from Nate the Lawyer. If you're not familiar with this channel, definitely go check it out. It's well worth a look, because he has an interesting take on some cases.
Now, if you don't remember this story, here's a quick refresher. A small town newspaper in Kansas was doing a story on the police showing favorable treatment to local residents. Now, specifically that a local restaurant owner, Carrie Newell, had been convicted of drunk driving and continued to drive her vehicle without a valid license. And allegedly, the police department was looking the other way. Now, Carrie's ex-husband had tipped off a local reporter that Carrie's license was suspended, and that reporter verified the information through public records. Now, the police chief, who was also being investigated by the paper, contacted Carrie and told her that her information regarding her suspended license was out in the public. Now, the police, after a quick investigation, concluded that the only way the reporter could have gotten the information about Carrie's license was from illegally accessing it over the internet. So the police went to Magistrate Judge Loivar, who signed a search warrant to search the newspaper on the basis of identity theft. Then Marion County Police conducted a raid on the Marion County Records newsroom and the home of the editor-in-chief. They seized their computers and other electronic equipment. Now, in an interesting twist, Judge Var also had some previous DUI arrests. See, the judge was arrested twice in 2012, once on January 25th in Coffee County, and again on August 6th in Morris County. Now, at the time, VR's name was Allen, and she was working as the top prosecutor in Morris County. In the first arrest, VR was charged and entered a diversion agreement, which extended 6 months because she refused to get an alcohol drug evaluation and stopped communicating with her lawyer. Now, this is according to the Eagle.
That's not
she was
good,
again
sir.
arrested months later, this time in her home county. Now, officials say in that situation, she was driving Morris County Magistrate Judge Tom Bald's vehicle when she ran off the road and hit a shed near Council Grove football field. Now, this was reported by TV station IBW in 2012. Now,
what's up, ATL? Welcome in. Good to see you. You know my co-host, Truth Be Told Audits. Did you bring some crackers?
No, I just ate a Rice Krispie treat. I just finished it up before I came online. I didn't want to show my true self eating like that.
Oh, come on. It's the beast inside that matters. Come on, give me a peek, baby. Let me see that beautiful face. I want to see it.
What are we asking for?
There it is. All right, that's good enough.
All right.
What's up, Sparkle?
Hey, what's up, ATL? What's up, buddy?
Hey, you got any new news out there? You bringing the man down?
Trying to bring them all down. Bring down all that damn corruption.
It's needed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I went kind of deep right there, whenever I was talking. I mean, that's just, how I feel, dude. I mean, it's horrible. And, there's hundreds of thousands of videos that are showing what's really going on. But like I said, it's not about complaints. It's not about lawsuits. It's about, petitioning our government. And it's about freedom. Our First Amendment is very, very important. Very important. And we've lost sight of it.
So why don't you think the federal government, why aren't they stepping up when they see thousands upon thousands of videos of cops not following the law or the Constitution, but simply following orders?
Because it doesn't make them any money. It doesn't make them any money to change it.
I don't know. I don't think money has that kind of value.
In the government, it's everything in the government. They're all making money.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't think money has value though.
It's the power. And, a lot of people say, the two main things is power and money. I believe money does rule all evil. Of course, we all know that. But that sense of power that they have, they don't want to. I think it's not even necessarily. I don't think it is the money. I think it is just that unbridled power, that sense of power that they have is overwhelming to them to where they think that they can do anything.
That's a misquote.
Well, they can do anything.
And let me be the Grim Reaper.
They've been doing it. Correct. They've been.
Can I be the Grim Reaper real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Anybody that says that money don't mean nothing is a damn lie. Because
so you don't think power has a lot to do with it?
I think power. No, I think power. I'm just saying. How people are like, oh, I don't care about the money. I don't care. Bullshit.
Oh yeah, that is bullshit.
You would rather have $5 in your pocket and be able to walk in the carry out and buy a soda or a pop, as I would say, because I'm from the Midwest. Or would you rather have nothing in your pocket and not be able to buy you nothing to drink? I guarantee you want that $1 in your pocket, the $5 in your pocket to buy yourself a soda. End of story. Money does
I
mean
would
it.
rather own the company that makes the soda, have no money in my pocket, and be able to walk over to the line and get the Coke.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna buy you. That ain't gonna buy you your food, your next plate to eat though. Just because you own that, if you own that company, you don't have no money. You can get yourself something to drink for free, but you ain't getting food for free. Just saying.
Well, like, I know money does have a lot to do with it. You know, there's no denying that. But then you add that sense of power behind that money, and it's going to blow everything out of proportion.
Well, yeah. With more money comes more power in government.
Yeah, I almost got into a heated debate with the ladies from my church because the very same cop who didn't do the investigation for my son goes to my church, or my wife's church. And you see, when she came to the school, she had no idea who I was. She didn't know that I sit a few pews over from her. She didn't know I know her family and her kids and all her friends and everything else. She didn't know that. She went full out cop mode, thinking that I was some schmo in the crowd. I don't know, but I almost got in it with the admin over there, and started laying down that law, saying, look, these dirty cops you got here in this church, they're not following the law or upholding the Constitution, because everyone's complaining that all these bad things are happening, and the government's doing this and the government's doing that. But who is supposed to be there to stop it? The fucking cops. The very people we pay to uphold the law. To uphold the law, uphold the Constitution. And when they don't do that and follow their orders, backed up by qualified immunity.
And why do they follow their orders?
How dare you shed a tear when the mischief comes to your doorstep when you allowed it to happen? I'm sorry. And that's, you know what? I gave it to him in a very personal way at my wife's church. I gave it to him in a very personal way. And I brought it right to their front doorstep. It's like, look, you got someone here teaching kids who doesn't want to protect kids, but collect a paycheck. And you don't, and then you're here sitting here complaining about all these gender issues and everything else under the sun, and these schools are doing this and that. It's like, you know what? The person that goes to your church, teaches some of your kids, is right there, and you're allowing it, and she is not protecting children. It's aggravating. You know where I am with this. I can't articulate. I'm getting confused in my articulation of the subject, but you got the idea.
For those of y'all who aren't familiar, ATL Transparency News has carried this particular case to literally every single organization in Cobb County.
But these son of a bitches, they laid down their cop face before they realized I was a member of their community. These stupid fucks. So I know all their dirty little secrets and the way they play their games. No, I don't know, the fact that they're just dirty. I know their personal business. You know what? I know who they dated. I know what they do in their backyard. They're my neighbors. Nothing sneaky. I just looked over from my yard and I could see it. So I ain't doing some sneaky, creeper kind of shit. No, buddy. I'm in your backyard, bitch. I own the house next to you.
He said, bitch. ATL, go ahead, brother. Preach, my brother. Preach.
No, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It ain't gonna hold that much longer, but someone's gonna be doing something soon.
Yeah.
So what else is going on?
I think you summed it up.
You did pretty good there, dude. I'm pretty proud of you. I'm gonna be clipping the living shit out of that later.
And cops are scared of retaliation from their own departments. They really are. That's the reason they just jump through the hoops. They open up that hoop, they jump right through it because, well, I'm not going to be fired over this. I'm just going to go with whatever my sergeant tells me to do. So they're hoop jumpers. That's all that they're doing. That's all that they are, is hoop jumpers. Any new police that comes onto the police departments, they're just a hoop jumper. They follow even if it's not constitutional and it goes against the law, clearly goes against the law. They're going to jump to that hoop because they got to support their family. You know what I mean? Even though that the people that they're arresting for no reason, their families are the ones that are doing all the suffering after they decide to break their own laws that they're supposed to abide by.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible to watch. It really is, but it's the fact of the matter. It's the fact of the matter.
Sorry, I'm still thinking over what ATL just said.
Comfortably. I mean, how he shaved his head and everything else in the very beginning. That's what I feel like doing right now. I just feel like shaving my head and
get a blanket, put it over your head, look down at your phone, start crying, and say, "Leave Bradley alone." No, yeah.
You know what? I went on to I'm not going to say what application, and I asked a bunch of like 20-somethings, some young kids. Well, they're not kids, but they seem like kids anyway. They seem like young teenagers, but they're actually in their early 20s. And I've been asking them about, do you support what happened over there? I'm not sure if you could say those words, so I'm going to keep away from saying those words.
Thank you.
And
because I don't know either.
And let me tell you, a lot of these guys support what just happened, and it's blowing my mind. And they're saying that what happened over there was justified.
Propaganda.
And it's I can't get it into my head that people are. I can't. It's not going in. It's like, are these people joking? And I don't think they are.
Have you ever seen the support current thing meme?
What is it again?
The current thing meme. Here,
No.
I'll fish one up right quick. I'm sure I'll be able to find one. No problem. Right. Maybe not that one. Yeah, we'll do this one. This is from Violent Bunny, whoever they might be. Hopefully, it's not horrendously copyrighted yet. I don't know who they are, but they just got a subscriber. I'm definitely subscribing right now. All 537 subscribers you got, baby. You just got one more. I hear you. All right. So apparently this is various moves. Oh, you see the back of the car? It is everything you could possibly imagine over the past 10 years that you could possibly support from the mainstream media. Every single one of the bumper stickers. Ukraine, Black Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, 10 feet. It's everything. It's all of it, all in a pile. That's the support current thing meme. It's just whatever the news says you're supposed to support. Right? All on one car. Right? And that's what you're looking at right now with this whole there's nobody at this point in time. There is no good that's going to come from any of this shit. It will be nothing but evil perpetrated on both sides. Everyone involved will suffer. No one will win. That is war.
And I agree.
Something bad's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, no, nothing good. There's no good outcome to any of this, but the most likely outcome is more of the same. I hate to say it. It's just
No. You know, and the thing about like this 1A community and everything else, I'm trying to, discern. There's a big old word for you. How many people in this community are the whack jobs, and who are the people that are actual like activists? I don't know. And most of the people that I've met and talked to are actual activists. But I'm sure there's a few fruitcakes out there.
right.
Of course.
Now, okay. All right, Toe Daddy, take care of my baby and my baby mama. That's Toe for life, folks. If y'all want to go subscribe, you can do it, and it won't hurt. He's nice.
What the hell you got up there?
It's a bunch of beebs. It's just a bunch of stupid videos from like TikTok, Vine, Shorts, and various other places. Which side started the movement? Which movement? Wait a second. Hold on. Let me scroll back. I don't know. They usually fund all sides. You're correct. Yeah, that was Toe for Life. Absolutely Toe for Life. Y'all go check him out. He does stuff sometimes.
He does
But
stuff.
I think we can all agree that we need more attentive citizens. The idea of filming cops is no longer foreign to almost anyone. That is very strange. I don't like any of that. Anyone who ends up in a position dealing with a cop should immediately film them, and I think we all know that now.
Yep.
So cops should learn to deal with this. This is a thing that happens. So, learn from your mistakes. Learn from your compatriots' mistakes. Don't make the same mistakes.
Agreed.
Did you see that thing? It was basically a discount iPad with fake controllers on it. Sold us. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Is there anything else that can be done? I have something that I have sort of been planning for the past few years, and I've told truth about it before. I think I've mentioned it to ATL. Oh, that is horrendous. Why are you doing that? Quit it.
Oh, you know what? I gotta go, guys.
Yeah, bud.
Contractors here. All right, I'll talk to you.
Yeah, he's already hired hitman. Yeah, he's contracted out for wet work.
It's reality DoorDash delivering his Taco Bell.
He actually just got swatted.
Right?
Anyway, I want to try to get a bunch of auditors together across, as many states as I can get them. And when it comes to election week, this upcoming election cycle, I want y'all to use all of your First Amendment knowledge to just completely document every aspect of that system that can be documented.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it.
I did a rough guesstimate a couple of months ago, and there's been a few additions, but there were about 2,000 active auditors on YouTube at the time. And that's people who were actually putting up videos on like a regular basis.
Yeah.
We
need to multiply that number by several thousand.
Well, it's kind of happening. Y'all are inspiring the masses. It is occurring. It's just that it takes a little while, and I kind of feel like Okay, we're going to do this. Hello. Yes, ma'am. I can hear you. Yeah, I'm live currently. Say hello to everybody. Okay. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. Well, let me get back to what I'm doing. Let me know when you get back to your mom's house, I guess. All right, babe. Much love. Bye. Marriage. So yeah, turns out their Airbnb they were going to stay in was already rented out, so they're going back to her mom's house. Double booked. I'm like,
but yeah, that's all I got to add to the whole entire situation. I've got some things I got to go run and do myself, my brother.
I hear you, bud. Well, you go ahead and check out, and I'm going to sit here and talk to these folks for a minute. Unless you want to do the talk out, I'll totally do that if you want.
I just want everybody to stay free. Everybody, enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Stay free. Learn as much as you can. Life is about education. So the more you know, the better off you are. That's my talk out. That's my talk out. Just educate.
I'm happy for you, bro. You take it easy. Don't let the man get you down. I'm going to do this button thing over here. If there's not somebody in here to talk to me in the next 10 seconds, I'm leaving.
All right. Love and peace to everybody. See y'all later.
Yeah, don't let the man get you down.
Sorry. Good news, though. We're going to have to move the party somewhere a little bit more private, but you're all invited. Lorenzo will give you the details.
Yeah! Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.